At the end of last year, U.S. News and World Report published an article on how the Walmart heirs are promoting charter schools. How do you feel about charter schools? And
how could you not like more education? How could you not like more choice? How could you not like people that are willing to put their own money up? So I support charter schools. I support school choice, and particularly support well-run schools where we've done a great job in Northwest Louisiana. We've got some remarkable educational institutions. So charter schools are a part of that, and that's just the way it is today. So I would ask you all to understand that there were bumps in that road early on, but we've got some good charter schools in this area, and I think the days of charter schools are here, and we should promote them and allow them every opportunity, particularly if they're going to market to a sector that's been undereducated or underserved. Thank you.
thank you. Next, we'll hear from Ryan Gatti.
All right, listen up. This may be the most important question of the night. You know, how many of y'all went to public school? Raise your hand. Okay, well, the charter school movement is really a movement to defund public schools. There's a movement for the money to follow the child. So the MFP allocation that Johnny Rowling gets for that child, they want that $4,000 to go to a private charter school. That charter school might be an online charter school. They don't have a janitor, they don't have a facility, but they want the same amount of money that North Webster gets. Well, out of that money North Webster gets, they have to pay 33% of that to retired teachers, and they have to take that residue and educate your child. Well, the movement of the charter school, and I drafted 2 bills to help our public schools against charter schools. They placed them on Charter School Day in Senate Education. And I was battling for public schools against charter schools, and it was a big deal. Both the bills died. And it was a big deal for our teachers. It's the reason the School Board Association and those groups are backing me, because they know I'm going to fight for North Webster. I'm going to fight for Webster Parish schools. There's nothing wrong with private schools. Charter schools are different. There was evidence put on in Senate Education. There were F charter schools taking kids from C and D schools in New Orleans and Shreveport. Let me say that again. F charter schools were taking kids. They were supposed to do it cheaper and better. That is a lie. They could show anywhere in the state where they're doing it cheaper and better. So what happens if 1,000 or 1,300 kids from Webster move over to a Webster charter school? How is the public school going to pay retirement? Do you see how that's a backhanded way of undoing our public school system? Anybody can see that. So I sat there for 8 hours in Senate Insurance just about battling for public schools. And everybody in there was wearing a yellow shirt. School choice. That's just a code word for bankrupt the public school system. So some people don't like paying property taxes. I know I sure don't. But K through 12 education is the only thing we have. It is a 13-year pipeline that moves children from poverty, where I was, to prosperity. If you're a teacher in here, if you're a principal in here, you need to be very aware of this debate. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Next, we'll